when they met in Pamplona in La Liga. Barcelona won with a penalty in the 86th minute against 10 men of Osasuna, so there is a bit of history, and it may be a showcase game, this, Stuart, but Xavi's first trophy last season was the Spanish Supercopa, so they are looking to see their reflections in a shiny trophy come the weekend.
Absolutely, we saw last year it's a tournament that every side wants to win, the 4 teams that are in it. It's not just as it was before, a pre-season friendly, a glorified pre-season friendly. This is a big competition and all 4 teams want to win it.
Well, this is the Barcelona team. Ter Stegen, of course, is still injured, and they have injury problems as well. So it's Araújo alongside Christensen in defence, Koundé at right back, Sergio Roberto will be alongside De Jong and Gundogan in midfield. And the big selection issue was who would be alongside Lewandowski and Rafinha. It's not João Felix, it is Ferran Torres. João Felix will be on the bench. Officials from La Liga as well, one of the up-and-coming young FIFA officials, Alejandro Muniz Ruiz, only 32 years of age, taking time off from his day job as a policeman in Galicia. We will have the semi-automatic offside, and we have in the VAR room Carlos del Cerro Grande from Madrid and his tightly knit team. We wait and see how Osasuna are actually going to line up tactically. Xavi Hernandez was saying they could play the high press or the low press. We think it's going to be a back 4. David Garcia as the only team he scored 2 goals against. Iker Muniz is the surprise in the centre of midfield. And with Chimi Avila, their star striker, out, the pressure is on Budimir, the Croatian, to score the goals. Well, he has an affinity with this competition. His first ever goal for Barcelona as a player in 1999 was in that version of the Spanish Supercopa. And the opposite corner, the man they call the Basque Jurgen Klopp, Dagoba Arrasate. Well, Barcelona very much the global club. Peñas all over the world. Osasuna brought their own supporters with them. 600 have made the journey from the inclement weather in northern Spain to the sunshine and the beautiful evening in Saudi Arabia. Can Barcelona retain the trophy? They got to the final the hard way last year, and of course it was an exciting finale last night between the Madrid sides. Real Madrid making it after extra time against Atletico Madrid. Osasuna should have made it very clear that they're not coming here as the stooges just to make up the numbers, but everything is weighted very heavily in favour of Barcelona.
But they have started with a back 5, Osasuna. Peña is playing as the left wing back. Number 15, see the number 3 is tucked in. So it's a back 3 with 2 wing backs. but at times it will be that back five, so Barcelona should have lots of possession.
That horrible moment when you're caught by the camera, Jean Laporta just fixing his blades of that.
If you look at Barcelona at the moment, when they're in possession, they are going to be a back three as well. Balde's high and wide on that left-hand side. Koundé's just tucking in.
Well, Barca have their injury issues. Still no João Cancelo. He may be fit for the weekend. Pedri returns to the matchday squad for the first time in a month. He's on the bench. Gavi, of course, out for the season. Ter Stegen may be back in the spring. They have youngsters on the bench. It's not exactly an either-or situation for Xavi. Xavi Hernandez saying they may be the favourites for this game tonight, but they're certainly not the favourites to win the tournament. Real Madrid got to the final the hard way.
Well, we saw in their last game, Barcelona, that against Las Palmas, that Rafinha makes some really good runs from his right wing position. Not always found. Koundé missed an opportunity to play him in last time he had the ball.
Ferran Torres. Well, Feldy had been caught in full flight. Makes that point to the referee's assistant on this near side of the field, Eliana Fernandez-Gonzalez.
He probably was caught. Was by accident, but still a foul. Catena, the player that came across.
Welcome to Saudi Arabia. It is the second semi-final of the Spanish Supercup. Xavi will smiles for the moment as Barcelona take on Osasuna for a place in the final at stake. João Felix finds himself on the bench. Meanwhile, for Budimir and Osasuna, they're looking for an upset. Everyone wants a Real Madrid bar.
Runners-up, champions of Spain, and the cup finalists from the Copa del Rey. That's why Osasuna have the invite. And as I say, they think it's very important that they're here to make up the numbers tonight.
They are going to be set up to try and frustrate Barcelona if the first 3 or 4 minutes are anything to go by.
Well, in the league, it has been a bit of a struggle for Osasuna. They are currently sitting in 12th place, only 7 points ahead of the relegation zone.
Party poopers, and they'll be looking to play that role
things around
again.
In recent weeks. They've won 3 of the last 4 games.
FC
But one of those was a struggle in the Copa del Rey at the weekend against Castellón. Now Rosati took the team into European competition, but they lost in the Europa Conference playoffs against Bruges back in August.
Studios, I'm Dan Thomas, joined by...
They dream of winning their first ever major. And there is Jules Koundé. Sergio Roberto. Always looks like his Barcelona career is over. Then he makes another comeback, Roberto. He's one of the club's captains. Scored 2 goals on his return to the team against Almeria just before Christmas, and he's hard to knock out of the side. Christensen spreading play. That's a promising move from Rafinha. Wonderful take by Rafinha, and needed Juan Cruz to halt his progress.
Great crossfield pass. Really good touch from Rafinha. And going back to Ali Moreno's point before the game, just watch Lewandowski, arms out. I wanted the ball here, you didn't play it to me. I suggest get on with the game. Good bit of play from Rafinha. Did so well to get his first touch right there.
Gundogan with the corner. The goalkeeper saw it very, very late. The shot was from Christensen. I think at best Barcelona, they were hoping for some kind of deflection.
Offside was eventually given. Christensen with a very good effort on the volley. Decent technique. There's the defensive header, comes to him. Tries to go in at that near post. But Ferran Torres was standing in an offside position.
Budimir's header. Arneth up against Araujo, and he gets the cross in. Koundé gets there. It's a scramble away by the Barcelona defence. Jose Aneth Diaz is the hero at the weekend. He is a big favourite at the moment with the supporters at the club.
Well, it's a good flick on. He does well to get onto the next ball, does well to hold off Araujo. And it's Koundé that comes across. Budimir won the first header, then continued his run into the box. In the right position, Koundé.
Little flick across, Christensen's half header away. Osasuna leave the heavyweights up there. David Garcia. Boy Gomez with a cross. Koundé to Ali Reynolds. Done well if they've managed to
tell you what, if this game is half as good as yesterday's
do we class them having seen 6.5 minutes of this game? Are they playing, would you say, with three of them? They're three central defenders by trade. When they're defending like that, we see it's a back four. But when Barcelona have possession, it appears to be a back three with Balde on the far side, given licence to get forward as much as possible.
Yeah, the defending
Welcome to Saudi Arabia. It is the second semi-final of the Spanish Supercup. Xavi will smiles for the moment as Barcelona take on Osasuna for a place in the final at stake. João Felix finds himself on the bench. Meanwhile, for Budimir and Osasuna, they're looking for an upset. Everyone wants a round in Barcelona final, but Osasuna before have been very much the party poopers, and they'll be looking to play that role once again. Hello, welcome into the ESPN FC studios. I'm Dan Thomas, joined by Ali Reynolds.
Closed him down. Good first touch from Ferran Torres. If he hits the target, they'll be 1-0 up. Strikes it quite nicely, just swerving away. Poor goalkeeping to start with, then he slips over, as you mentioned.
Disappointing first half performance then from Barcelona, leaves us 0-0 at home.
There were a few comments after the Madrid derby last night about the state of the field. Maybe not up to the standards of, well, the Camp Nou. I know they're not playing there this season. Or the Bernabeu. Had he got it on target, he would have scored there for Ferran Torres. Maybe unaware the goalkeeper is doing the splits. Ruben Peña hands it to the far post. Balde, another uncertain header away. I need full steam ahead. Oh, step away.
Araujo, the right wing back, getting the shot away. Comes onto this, gets to it before Ferran Torres, and then strikes it nicely.
I think Budimir was in two minds, wasn't it? Whether if he added a touch towards the offside, came off a Barca player.
He would have been offside had he gone for it, even though it comes off the Barca player. It's only deflection rather than an intentional play of the ball.
Garcia, Catena, and two giant central defenders become the focal point of this cross. With hands in the air in front of the goal, and Gundogan, well, sometimes even a Barcelona player, just has to put his boot through the ball. Here is the lively Araujo.
It was at the far post that got the first.
It wasn't a perfect performance from us. I thought the lads gave everything. I thought physically we committed to the game.
Start by both teams, and they look a threat from set plays. Osasuna.
Araujo with a long throw. De Jong. Barcelona pinned back in the early minutes of this game by a vibrant Osasuna.
Can't challenge from behind. David Garcia
all that
into the back of Robert Lewandowski. It lets Barcelona off the hook.
No, we're preaching to the converted, but like last night, if the game ends in a tie, then it will head to extra time, and if it's not decided in extra time, we will have a penalty shootout. Make no plans for the next couple of hours.
There again you can see Koundé is slightly deeper and slightly tucked in, and Balde's in the outside left position. No surprise there, really.
I tell you what, if this game is half as good as yesterday.
He's having a fine game on the right side, indeed the right attack of the Osasuna side. This is Budimir. Juan Cruz. Ruben Peña. Well, he's one of the longest serving coaches in La Liga. Dagoba Arasati, appointed back in 2018. Budimir hits it in, cleared by De Jong, who's having to play the Busquets role at the moment.
Who was that volley from Christensen? You can see Ferran Torres. Oh, the goalkeeper liked that one. Herrera.
Okay, on behalf of the Goalkeepers Union, strikers celebrate when they score, keepers should celebrate when they make a save. Budimir's header. Interesting that it was De Jong that was taking care of him.
You wouldn't have found Shaka Hislop shaking his fist at the crowd.
I'm glad you said that and not making a save. Away go Barcelona, it's a counter-attack. Sergio Roberto chooses Lewandowski. Lewandowski is not in scoring form at the moment. For his career, he's been a goal-scoring god. At the moment, he's showing that he's human. Budimir. Arms go up. The flag stays down for now. Budimir. Nice turn. Stopped by Christensen. Rafinha. This is a desert storm that Barcelona are facing.
Oh, big chance. Sergio Roberto wins the ball here. I think he times his pass perfectly. Lewandowski doesn't make it hard enough for the goalkeeper. I think he makes it too obvious where he's going to play it. Could have taken a touch to get closer to the goalkeeper.
Balde. Lewandowski. You just know it makes him hungrier to score goals when he doesn't beat a goalkeeper in a one-on-one situation.
A disappointing first half performance then. 0-0 at half-time in this Spanish Supercup semi-final. Osasuna, no doubt about it.
The referee's made it clear that he's not going to give a free kick for every coming together of players tonight, allowing a certain amount of physicality. You can hear from the pitchside microphones the crispness of the passing. Ball on boot between the Osasuna players. Flag teasingly stays down again, though it did to the untrained eye. Looked like Ruben Peña was offside.
Heath, the player that committed the foul eventually on Koundé, just on 2 or 3 occasions, just seems to be slightly short on pace to what he would normally be. Not so much there. A couple of runs back towards his own goal. The forward, Budimir, got ahead of him.
Ferran Torres have got the cross in. The referee looks at the assistant, and she raised her flag just a little late. It had crossed the line.
You can quite clearly see it crossed the line. Ferran Torres had made a run from one side of the field to the other.
It's very much like a home game for Barcelona. This is a part of the world where they are crazy about their football. There is a little bit of cynicism around Europe about the Saudi Pro League and taking some of the established names. Mentioned before that this is the home stadium of Cristiano Ronaldo, the Al Awal Park. But they know their football. They know that they haven't seen Barcelona settle into their surroundings. De Jong. Araujo had strangely got into the central striking role there, which means there may be a gap to be exploited here by Osasuna. Sergio Roberto. Lewandowski. Rafinha's run was blocked by Ruben Pena. Made absolutely no attempt to get out of the way. In fact, he did block him, and he sees the funny side of it, the Brazilian.
Well, he plays it square, tries to continue his
two big
run,
cut ties in the space of a few days. The
Brazilian.
Middlesbrough fans, they went out to Aston
Really
Villa.
argue with that, Pena.
Later in the game, that may well be a bookable offence. They have made it clear as well that any sanctions picked up in the Spanish Supercopa will carry over to the domestic competitions. The Copa del Rey, of course, is active at the moment, and La Liga. So get sent off tonight, and you may be missing action back home. Gundogan trying to play it all through to Rafinha. Made a very intelligent run. Checks himself back on side. Koundé. Roberto. De Jong. Balde. Patient, precise build-up from Barcelona. Christensen to Sergio Roberto. Roberto taken out just after the ball had gone by Moi Gomez.
He's saying there's a couple of fouls now by Moi Gomez. Again, he plays the ball off and then was going to try and make a forward run. Moi Gomez just stood his ground and almost walked into him. Now, they defend quite deeply here, Osasuna. I've seen that before. They're hoping the ball's in front of them so they can go and attack it rather than racing back towards their own goal. I understand that.
Gundogan, he's gone for goal, and he needed a little volleyball type tip over from Sergio Herrera.
I don't think he was ever going to beat the goalkeeper. Just sees him off his line.
Gundogan's corner. Araujo came climbing over everybody. Falls kindly to Christensen. Balde. De Jong. Playing for mistakes in the Osasuna defence. Greater precision is needed from Barcelona.
Well, he was looking for the run of Gundogan. It was a good attempt by De Jong. Wasn't just throwing it in there. De Jong had taken the corner and was then making the next run. Gundogan. There's nothing wrong with playing the ball into the box. That's one of the problems that a lot of the big sides have had when teams sit back. They try and be too precise, they try and be too patient. Sometimes you have to play the ball forward, make the opposition defend their own penalty box.
Well, a reminder, Bayern Munich in action tomorrow against Hoffenheim. Join us for the pre-game at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Kick-off is 2:30 Eastern Time. And then the final, will it be Barcelona or Osasuna taking on Real Madrid? The final on ABC, as every game is, of course, from La Liga on ESPN+. It's Sunday, 1:30 Eastern.
Foul given against Rafinha as he jumped in there. He thought he could win the ball. He's a tad late. He can win you off the player that he caught.
Well, he was feeling the heat before Christmas, but they've had back-to-back wins in La Liga against Almeria and Las Palmas. They've advanced in the Copa del Rey after beating Barbastor. The problem for Barcelona, I think as Ali Moreno pointed out before the game, they're just edging matches. The last 12 victories have been by a single goal. They're not blowing anybody away.
And they haven't been convincing. Look how good they were in this tournament last year. Ali Moreno was also talking about that when they beat Real Madrid in the final, and they played brilliantly, tore Real Madrid apart. Haven't really seen that sort of performance this season.
Well, last year at this point they had a 5-point lead of La Liga, but in contrast they were knocked out of the Champions League. This season they're 7 points behind Real Madrid and Girona as they take a break, but they do have a date with Napoli in the elite European competition.
A Napoli team that aren't quite what they were last year when they ran away with Serie A. Sloppy play from Barcelona. Ball wasn't quite right to Balde. Balde can't keep it in.
Arezzo launches the ball forwards. Christensen with a fine header away. It's that look from Lewandowski again. Iñaki Peña, quarter of the game has passed and he hasn't yet been forced to make a save. Christensen. Balde. Feature of Barcelona's play tonight is they've allowed Christensen and Araujo to make these runs from the back and then stay up there as well.
They're quite right as well, because De Jong's going that little bit deeper at times. He plays the ball to Christensen. Everybody else is picked up, so Christensen's got that space in front of him to run with the ball. And once he plays it, he can continue his run. De Jong will sit in for him. Araujo has done the same, exactly what you've been saying.
As you were saying, now they're attacking, they're defending with a back three. Balde on the far side. Rafinha over here on the right, trying to stretch the field. But Osasuna have been superbly disciplined, very well drilled. Arezzo. De Jong. Genoan. .77% of the possession for Barcelona. Ferran Torres. Lewandowski holds it away from 4 defenders, but the referee felt that maybe he left an arm in there on Moy Gomez.
He's shielding the ball there. It's a swinging arm. I don't think he's trying to catch the player in the face. Referee is there, decides it's a foul.
He must have very sharp fingernails if that's done any damage.
Very frustrated Robert Lewandowski at the moment. Had that one big chance. Just going back to that 77% possession. Really, Barcelona haven't done anything with it. The one chance they had for Robert Lewandowski was when they won the ball back high up the field. A mistake by centre-half David Garcia. They haven't created anything themselves yet. And that's because they are trying to be too precise, too slow.
It was a similar pattern in the first game between these sides in La Liga. Barcelona actually scored in stoppage time in the first half and then sealed the game with just 4 minutes remaining at Al Sadar.
Again, this suits Osasuna, switching the play from one side to the other slowly around the back rather than trying to go out to the wide players, the front wide players.
Rafinha, Koundé, Bardet, good to see him fit and flying again. The 20-year-old was taken out of the firing line for a few weeks, but this is 5th start in a row since his return to the team. Koundé, Gundogan. That's a brilliant ball and a fine run by Koundé as well. Oh, and a slap of a shot from the skipper, Sergio Roberto.
Well, eventually it was good from Barcelona. There's the forward run, the forward pass, splitting the defence. The cutback's good. The finish, not quite so good. Sergio Roberto.
Wide truth.
There's the bench.
Yeah, Michel Felix on the back row. Galesso. Oh, a slip at a vital time, but excellent reading of the game from Araujo. Got there before Anaith. It's a foul.
And should be a yellow card. That has to be a yellow card.
At some point his patience is going to snap the referee, isn't it? Because there have been 3 bookable offences in this game.
He has one grab there, he has another grab there. Then when the referee hasn't blown, he has another grab there. That should definitely be a yellow card. He's got away with that, Adesso. The right wing back. As you can see there, it's a back 5 at the moment when they're defending.
5-3-1-2.
That's too many players. It's actually a 5-3-1-1.
That's what, yeah. Let's get some new glasses.
You've always had problems counting.
It's easy for you two to say. Here's Rafinha. Koundé.
It's the Osasuna's bench that's complaining this time.
Torres. Gundogan. Rafinha. And his very quick thinking from Juan Cruz to block his path.
That was a decent switch of play and a good decision by Gundogan, because Koundé was making a run down the right hand side and the left wing back just started to step that little bit wider. Peña and found that bit of space for Rafinha, who didn't quite make the most of it.
Gundogan hangs it at the far post this time, and well, it was a free header ultimately for, well, Robert Lewandowski again.
But I don't mind when he misses those. This is a determined player that wants to make an early jump, and because he makes the early jump, he's just trying to hang in the air, can't quite come off the middle of his forehead. He's a bit unlucky, really.
As Aymar, who was caught in the small of the back by De Jong.
Almost playing with 2 holding midfield players, Barcelona. Gundogan and De Jong. And Sergio Roberto's got the licence to run forward and support Lewandowski.
Aymar's recovered. Back to David Garcia. Roy Gomez caught in possession. Quick thinking, quick feet from Rafinha. Was he intentionally taken out? The first yellow card. Barcelona trying to create a case for the yellow to be upgraded to a red.
It's again a mistake from Osasuna that allows them to get in. Cadena, the player that starts to go towards the ball, he thinks he can win it. Rafinha plays it through his legs. I think there is a covering defender. Number 16, Roy Gomez, who would probably have had a chance of getting back there.
There was a strong arm to the ribs from Alejandro Catena, who was sent off in September when these sides met.
I think also it was a big touch as well from Rafinha that may have gone to Herrera as well. But they are checking it for a red card.
Yes, Senor Carlos Del Cerro Grande is taking his time and surveying the evidence.
Only a moment for Arrasate. Is he going to be asked to look at it? If he is, no, it's just a free kick, I think. And a yellow card. That's all. On we go. And I think the right decision on this occasion.
It's an ambitious distance. Gunderman loops it towards Christensen. A feature of the first half has been the number of free kicks and corner kicks that have come to nothing for Barcelona.
We saw that one that Lewandowski should have or could have done better with. It's a great leap from him. Araujo is the other player that really attacks the ball well.
Koundé. Too much of an ass for Rafinha.
Here's the mistake again. Oh, Gomez, who gives the ball away. He's the player that would maybe get back there. Maybe it was a big touch. The goalkeeper might have come out as well. It was touch and go when you see it again. Interesting to hear the views of Luis Garcia and Shaka Hislop, Ali Moreno, and a bit of Dan Thomas as well, half-time.
I'll stick with this for the duration. No goals as we approach the 35-minute mark. And the victors will have a date with Real Madrid this weekend. Will it be a Clásico or will it be an opportunity for Osasuna in their Spanish Supercopa debut to win their first ever trophy? Christensen. De Jong.
He's been ineffective so far, Rafinha. Such a danger man when they keep switching the play out to him and he gets 1v1 positions. Hasn't really happened so far. Combination of the left wing back Peña and the left-sided centre-half Cruz have stopped him playing, really.
Koundé.
There's a good example. Cruz read the danger.
I think it can be argued that Osasuna are playing much closer to their maximum than Barcelona in the first half. If you're a Barca supporter, though, that means there's an awful lot more to come.
What we've seen of Barcelona in recent matches, is there another gear?
Well, they have pulled it off in games so late, so often. Remember that game against Las Palmas, the first of 2024? Gundogan penalty in the 93rd minute. Lewandowski's penalty proved to be the winner in the Copa del Rey. Even against Almeria, Sergio Roberto, minute 83. So there is a pattern, there is a belief. Sure, they don't do it intentionally though, leaving it until the final breath of a game.
Pena again committing a foul here. Little nutmeg from Koundé.
Gundogan. De Jong. Roberto to Frankie de Jong. Gundogan.
Where is that forward pass? Where's the penetration? Who's it going to come from? In recent games, it's quite often been Frankie de Jong who gets a bit of time on the ball and then picks out a forward pass. Here he is now.
Rafinha. Lewandowski. Good use of the ball by Osasuna. Arezzo freeing himself from his defensive duties. Budimir goes through the legs of Araujo, but it's a fine stop from Iñaki Peña. Oh, that's a very painful challenge on Alejandro Balde. That is the standout moment of the first half.
Oh, Araujo gets really lucky here. Here's the counter-attack. Arezzo picks out a good pass to Budimir, who I thought got his touch wrong here to start with. Goes through the legs. Araujo falls flat in his face. It's a save, a good save as well from Peña. Here's the challenge. Both players slide in, but it's the midfield player for Osasuna, Iker Munoz, that goes with his stud showing. That's what the referee didn't like.
Hence the yellow card. Munoz. Aymar. Arezzo. Arezzo hits it in. Budimir, excellent take. Big opportunity and hit the rear of Budimir. A shot from Arnaith. And if there's any team likely to score at the moment, it's Osasuna.
Oh, he bought himself half a yard here. Arnaith, and as you said, just hits the back of his own player. They actually look more threatening when they get into that top third of the field. They don't get into it that often. There was the foul by Gundogan. Just slightly late.
Decisive management by Xavi. Maybe he's carrying an injury of some kind, Rafinha. The signs are they're not going to wait to see if he can hobble through. As Lamine Yamal is getting final instructions.
See anything there that would suggest that it was such a whack that he had to come off, so it must be a slight pull or strain. Listen to the cheers for the youngster Yamal.
Well, they're knowledgeable supporters and they will know that he's the hottest young property in the world. I still have to check my notes. He's still only 16 and he will be 16 until July. The youngster comes on. Barcelona defending. And, well, it doesn't matter how you keep them out, as long as you keep them out. It's a little uncertain, the keeping from Iñaki Peña. Peña puts it in. That's Ruben Peña. And at the moment, it'd be Barcelona would be happy to get to half-time, having not conceded.
Heath, the player that shoots it almost straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, into his stomach. He took no chances. Xhaka would have caught that with one hand and threw the ball round on one finger, I think.
Lamine Yamal immediately into the thrust of the game. Yamal actually missed the match day in the Copa del Rey. It's the first time he's been out of the squad. First time he's not played a game this season.
Good first half here at the Riverside, particularly.
Lewandowski. Christensen. There's an off-the-ball incident for the referee to survey. I'm not sure that he saw what had happened. He's checking on the communication system with his assistants and felt that had been an honest or accidental coming together.
Well, he's standing in the way of Ferran Torres, and Ferran Torres is just trying to push him out the way. And he's gone down holding his face. It wasn't quite where he was holding. The push from Ferran Torres. Iker Munoz. But make no mistake about it, the first 43, 44 minutes here have been poor from Barcelona.
He'll be very content with the first half showing of his starting 11. Yagoba Arrasate was a professional footballer at a lower league level. He's involved in the youth teams of Real Sociedad, but his main income was as a primary school teacher.
Some would say you're dealing with a lot of sport kids when you become a football manager.
You were working on that one, weren't you? And if you'd not got it right, the toys would have been out the pram. Ferran Torres. Yamal, it's a great ball in there. Little teaser for Lewandowski. It doesn't go his way again. Ferran Torres. His instincts and his experience taking him into position, Lewandowski, and I'm sure the guys will assess it at half-time when we join Dan and Ale, Luis. A little opportunity that fall in the way of Lewandowski.
What a pass that was. Best pass we've seen in the game. Yamal just cut out so many Osasuna players with that pass into Lewandowski.
Just 2 minutes out into the first half. Yamal. Gundogan trying to make things happen in midfield. Gives it to Lewandowski. Yamal. That's that little turbo charge. Corner.
He's had a good impact since he's been on. Here's that pass. Good defending in the end. David Garcia got across and got the block in. Here it is again. And it's an excellent run from Lewandowski. Sees that the players around the pen made his little diagonal run in.
That was the Barcelona pass of the game from the 16-year-old. There's a broken man that he replaced. Rafinha watching from the sidelines. Gundogan's corner. All of the chances are falling to either Lewandowski or Christensen.
Well, that so often happens when a ball's played into the box from set plays. goes all the way out to the back after a couple of flick-ons, and it's Christensen who's out there.
Osasuna asking the referee whether they may had more time. Barcelona happy to get in to receive a motivational speech from Xavi Hernandez. In a sentence, Stuart, past his first half performance?
Not good enough. Again, too precise at times, too slow, not enough penetration. They need more from their wide players, they need more forward passes, and they need to make more forward runs.
Well, it's those who travel from Pamplona that are more cheerful after 47 minutes of football. Half chances for Lewandowski, big chances for Osasuna. But the half-time scoreline in Saudi Arabia is Barcelona 0, Osasuna 0.
ESPN's coverage of the Spanish Supercopa is presented by the first ever Lexus TX. Experience amazing.